On this slide, we're going to play around with the idea of equivalent fractions. We saw this on the previous slide where we simplified fractions, and that was simply writing a very specific equivalent fraction, and it is usually what we're looking to do. The idea of an equivalent fraction, I think, is easiest with pizza. If I offer you 2/4 of a pizza, you would be just as satisfied as if I offered you 1/2 of the pizza. They're the same amount, they're just expressed differently. The idea here is just to play around. We can write 1/2, as we saw, as 2/4. Why is that? Because we're multiplying the numerator by 2 and multiplying the denominator by 2. So of course, what else could we do? We could have multiplied each by 3 and gotten 3/6. We could have multiplied top and bottom by x and gotten 1x/2x. You might be asking, why don't I simplify these? And I absolutely would. A final answer here should be left as 1/2. We're just playing around with the idea of what equivalent fractions are. So to look at simplifying as much as possible, let's have a look at 24/36. Maybe you've noticed that 24 is divisible by 12. 12 times 2 is 24. And 36 is also divisible by 12. If I take 36 and divide it by 12, I get 3. So in simplified form, 24/36 should be written as 2/3. But maybe you didn't get there right away. Maybe you looked at the 24/36 and you recognize that both are divisible by 4. 24 divided by 4 is 6. 36 divided by 4 is 9. And then we had a look at this fraction, 6/9, and we could say, hey, I noticed that 6 and 9 are both divisible by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2, and 9 divided by 3 is 3. And using 2 steps to progressively simplify this fraction, we end up at the same answer. As long as I'm doing the same thing to the numerator as I'm doing to the denominator, and I suppose as long as those things are multiplication or division, we cannot add to the numerator and denominator. We can only multiply or divide. All of these fractions are equivalent. 2/3 of a pizza is as much as 6/9 of a pizza, or 24/36 of a pizza. It can't be simplified, but I could, well, multiply top and bottom by whatever I like. Perhaps I want to multiply by 4, in which case I get 16x/20. Perhaps I'd like to multiply top and bottom by x plus 1. So if I multiply the top by x plus 1, let's write multiplication as a dot here to avoid the x's, I would get 16x times x plus 1. Means I also, of course, have to multiply the bottom by x plus 1, so I would get 20 times x plus 1.